Let's go, my friends. How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome to another one of Lucy's Champions Corner, where I'm bringing live to you all the best, innovative, relevant, engaging ideas, tactics, and easy to implement information. So as you guys are coming on live, I want to welcome you today. As you guys know, I'm doing this to serve my realtor community. So it doesn't matter what company you work with. It doesn't matter what affiliation or brand you're part of. This is for you today. And today I have a tremendous subject that I want to cover with you that I know is going to help you, because right now we're thinking of all the ways that we can do business in a more relevant and more impactful way. Maybe you're at home just thinking like, what am I going to do now? How am I going to make this work? Last week we launched our very first of its kind, the Champions Corner here, brought to you by Southwest Florida Real Estate and Business Academy, and of course myself. And it was awesome. It was awesome. It was something out of the box. It was something different. So don't forget, every Tuesday, you and I have a meeting here at 10 a.m. and then at 3 p.m. I'm doing this twice a day on Tuesdays in English, and then para mis amigos de Latinoamérica, for all my Spanish friends, I'm doing it Thursdays at the same times, 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. in Spanish. So guys, today I want to talk to you about something very relevant in these moments, and it is something that you probably have been thinking about a lot since this whole pandemic blew up and since this whole quarantine, lockdown season that we're living in. And it's important to understand that this is a season. So for all my realtor friends out there, I want to remind you, this too shall pass. It's just a matter of, what are you going to do in the meantime? Who are you going to be when this whole thing is over? And I think that it is a time of not just being generous, but making a difference. Like I told you guys last week, right now, our community, our cities, our states, our areas, our locations are needing role models and leaders to rise up and say, hey, I've got some contribution that I can bring to my marketplace. So for every realtor in the marketplace, it is wonderful to have you here. It is wonderful to have you join me. Whether you're watching now or watching later, let me know where you're watching from. Let us know if it's a replay. And if you're here right now, as you're jumping on, ask your questions. Write your comments. Help me help you. So guys, today we're going to be talking about buyer domination. Buyer domination was birthed out of the need that I saw in my agents to really work buyers in a smarter and not harder way. Have you been there with a buyer? Have you been part of the, I remember when I used to work with buyers here in Cape Coral in our local community, and the magic question was, are you working with a realtor? And of course, all the buyers have gone to the same university, the same college, they've had the same training, so every buyer would say what? No, I'm not working with another agent. And then as I started to grow and learn, right, just like you are doing now, or maybe you're an expert agent and maybe you're a top producer, but you know what? The times have changed. The times have changed, so we need to be eternal students, because as the consumer is changing, the marketplace is changing, the digital era, the informational age, it's all becoming a constant circle of change. We also have to evolve. If we don't evolve, then we're going to grow what? Extinct. So I want to talk to you about buyer domination and how that was birthed within me. I said, I want to help my agents to understand that, first of all, guys, I always come to this point. You gotta think like a business person. You have to think like a professional. You have to think like the person that you are. And I know that getting into real estate sometimes is so easy that we don't think that we are like the doctor, like the engineer, like the architect, like the attorney, because we got into real estate and we got a license in 63 hours, or whatever state you're in, or there's some places, maybe I know people are watching from other countries, maybe you don't even need a license to sell real estate where you're from. But it doesn't matter. My point is this, that when you are working in real estate, You are a professional. You are a consultant. You are like the house doctor that is going to diagnose what kind of home this couple, this person, this family needs. Then you're going to go find the cure to helping them reach that wellness, that well-being. Because guys, let's admit it. Coming home to your own home, coming home to your own house, having pride of ownership and knowing this dwelling, this right here is mine, man, that changes your life. It is proven that 80% of people that own their own home increase their financial potential, their income potential. Why do you think that is? Well, because we feel differently. So I started thinking, how do I help my agents to work smarter and not harder with buyers? Because right now we know buyers start 90% of them online. We know that there's different informational platforms that provide them with information. And at the end of the day, what happens? You and I both know what happens, right? You know what happens. The buyer goes online, they start looking for a property, and then their information goes to a whole bunch of people, and then whoever responds the fastest gets to talk to them. But guys, here's the thing. We need to understand, and that's what I'm going to talk to you today in these couple of minutes that we're going to share together, is understanding your dream buyer. So I hope you have pen and paper. I hope you're relaxed wherever you're watching from. Okay, I hope you're sitting back and enjoying this moment that we're going to share, because I want to talk to you about understanding your dream buyers. I remember when I got into real estate. Now imagine this. You are broke, busted, and disgusted. You have no money. You don't have a paycheck like you used to have. You have little kids at home that are eating the refrigerator up. You've got bills you've got to pay. You've got some, or maybe you've got a ton of money in the bank, but you still have other dreams and aspirations. So you know what? Yeah, you're making a six-figure income, but guess what? I need to increase my business 25%, especially now that we don't know what's going to happen. So I've got to get strategic. So what I'm going to share with you today is something that's very strategic when it comes to buyer domination, when it comes to dominating your buyer base, when it comes to dominating and working smarter and not harder. Or maybe you're a team leader, and hey, I was a team leader. Team leaders, what do leaders do? They lead. So maybe you need to share these concepts with your buyer's agents, so they may become more effective, so they may become more efficient. Because guys, at the end of the day, if you're a team leader, what happens when your buyer agents become more effective and become more efficient and close more deals? Hey, you make more money. So whoever this is for, I want to talk to you about understanding your dream buyer. Now, your dream buyer is different than anybody else's. Why is that? Because you're different than anybody else. So you are going to be attracted, and you are going to attract a certain kind of buyer. So write this down, because this is really important. I'm going to give you how do you find your dream buyer, because if you don't know where to find your dream buyer, if you don't know who your dream buyer is, how do you know you're going to find? How are you going to find something you don't understand? So number one, write this down. And I want you to take some time to meditate upon this and think about it, because this is very implementable. This is very practical. This is simple, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. What kind of hard work? Thinking. Henry Ford said that thinking is hard work. That's why few people do it. So it's going to take some thinking. So you want to write this down. Number one, ready? Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Who is your dream buyer? Who is your dream buyer? When you think of your dream buyer, think about the closings you've had. Think about the people you've helped find out. Who are they? You know, what is their demographics? What is their, common denominator of that dream buyer that you really connected with? That you and them were really, really partnered up in a wonderful way, that there was synergy, there was collaboration. You would tell them do this and they would do it. There was trust. There was trust. They opened up to you. Who is your dream buyer? Okay? You want to write down at least 5 qualities, 5 characteristics of that person, that scheme, that, that framework of the buyers or the families or the people that you have really connected with. Because I'm looking to help you scale. I'm looking to help you during this whole pandemic to be able to do all this legwork so that once this is over, you're out there and now your business is ready to revamp. It's ready to relaunch. It's ready to scale and thrive. So very important. Who is your dream buyer? Number 2, where is your dream buyer? Where have the people that you have been the most successful in working with, in bringing to a close, in partnering up with, in teaming up with, in serving them, in that flow. There are buyers that we fall into a flow with. It is so easy because we're just flowing. We're leading, they're following, we're helping, they're collaborating. We're doing our part, they're doing theirs. Yes, the deal may have been a struggle, but I'm talking about the relationship with this consumer, with this customer. Who is that dream customer and where are they? Where did you find them? Did they come from out of town? Were they first-time home buyers? If they come from out of town, where are the places that they congregate? And you need to go there and you need to be present there. The beauty of everything now is that we're not supposed to not be working. We're supposed to have reinvented ourselves 2 weeks ago. Most of us have been in quarantine or working from home or, displaced per se for the last 3 to 4 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, you should have been reinventing yourself, and now you're ready or have been ready working every day. So where is your dream buyer? Are they in another state? Are they in another country? Do they speak another language? Are they first-time home buyers, second-time home buyers? Are they investors? Okay, who is that dream buyer and where do they congregate? Where do they hang out? What do they listen to? If they're online, where are the pages, the groups that they would be part of so that you could be present? Remember last week I was telling you it was time to pivot, reposition, and move forward? Well, having done that, now we need to move into the next phase of where are your dream buyers, okay? So you need to, are they new construction homes? Are there people that right now, for example, we just launched, if you follow me at all, you'll see that just last night, me and my team, we launched a true rent-to-own program, okay? So we're going to help and serve and be generous and contribute with the 85% of people that are turned down for a loan right now. So we have identified who those people are. We are identifying where we can find them. Okay? And we're putting together the plan to be able to service them. So there's a lot of buyers out there that you can continue serving. Number 3, how do you attract them? How do you attract your dream buyers? Okay? So think back again. The people that you've been the most successful working with, how did you guys connect? What did you post? What did you write? What was it that brought you together? What did you do that got you in front of them? That once you had that connection, remember last week we talked about the 4 C's? Once you had that connection, what was the type of conversation you guys had, right? How did you show the care as a real estate professional, right? How did you start to contribute before you were able to convert them? So how do you attract them now? What can you put out there to attract them? Last week I gave you 2 very important fundamentals for putting your videos out there. If you remember, it's educate and inform. But what type of education? What type of education is going to be relevant to your dream buyers? And number 4, very important, I'm going to have a little sip of water because in case you didn't know, I'm going to tell you a secret. Shh, I'm going to tell you a secret, don't tell nobody. You promise not to tell anybody this secret? I'm nervous. I'm nervous. So listen, why do I share that with you? Because you know what? You got to do it scared. You have to do it regardless of your feelings. You have to do it. So I figured I'd share that little bit with you. So number 4, why would they select you? So let me ask you a question. Right now we have different things. We have Google reviews. We have, all kinds of platforms, Zillow reviews. We have all kinds of platforms where people write stuff about you. And if you're not asking for reviews, you need to. Oh my God, you need to ask for reviews. You need to ask people, hey, would you be honest with me? You got to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be transparent and ask your buyers or your customers, if there was something that I could change, what would that be? If there was something that I could do different, what would that be? If there was something that I could have done that maybe you think I didn't do, what would that be? I'm giving you the questions on so you can recognize or you can analyze and understand why would they select you. We don't see ourselves like our customers see us. So ask them, what could I have done? What did I do that you liked best? Was there something I didn't do that if you were me, you would have done? You need to ask them and then brace yourself, So why will they select you? Guys, you got to be relevant. You got to be engaged. You got to be present. You got to be on point. You got to be on your game. Let me tell you right now, if there's anything that is going to separate the growers from the people that are going to fall out of the business, if there's anything that is going to separate those that are going to scale even during the economic challenge, crisis, the up, the down, the dip, the sideways, whatever, if there's anything that is going to separate and change the rules of the game, is your ability to be on point, be on your game, dominate your game. You need to be educated. You need to be knowledgeable. You need to be full-fledged, integrated in your business. You need to live, breathe, dream, walk, talk real estate to your consumer, to your customer, to your prospects. You need to be enthusiastic. You need to be energetic. I don't care if you've got a bellyache, a toe ache, a knee ache, a headache. I don't care if you've got a million problems, guys. I'm telling you right now, this is the moment for a lot of real estate agents to arise. Arise above and beyond the circumstances, but you've got to dominate your business. People have got to see that you are so passionate and obsessed with your success and passionate about helping them, that you are learning, you're growing, you're thriving, you're scaling, you are doing whatever it takes, you are positioned, you are focused, you're laser beam focused. I mean, people have to see it for them to believe it. I'm telling you right now, the more you grow during this time of quarantine, the more you learn, the more you get on there and for 10, 12, 15 hours a day, you just think your business, your goals, your visions, your ambitions. You sit down, you write them down, you take an hour, you sit back, relax, and you envision. Man, I'm telling you, once this whole thing is over, once they lift the lock on our state, wherever you're at, once they say everybody back to normal, it ain't going to be normal anymore. Because you need to be at the forefront. Man, I love when I see people that have no clue what they're doing. But man, their enthusiasm, their willingness. I had someone ask me the other day, so Lucy, you're going to start doing your agent attraction? I said, you know what, I'm having different thoughts. But I know that in one thing or another, whether it's the rent-to-own program or whatever, I'm always going to be working in my field, in real estate. I've just got a lot of different plans. But here's my point. They said to me, and I want to make a parenthesis and say this to you, my friend, my realtor friend, my agent friend, my broker friend. If you're a broker, you need to be in front of your people, leading your people to the next level. If you're a broker, you have a responsibility to these lives to help them make and earn their daily bread. They got to earn their daily bread. They've got a family, they've got dreams, they've got aspirations. If they chose you as a broker, it is your responsibility to deposit and make deposits of contribution to your people. You're the leader. What does a leader do? Lead. Let me hear you say it. A leader leads. So they asked me, Lucy, if you were going to hire agents again, you know, or right now or in the future, but eventually I will. I'm just, you know, what do they need to have? This is for you guys. Listen, this is for you. This is for you right now if you want to know what it's going to take for you to scale once this pandemic is over. First and foremost, your mindset. Your mindset is crucial, bro. Your mindset is crucial. You can't be what you don't think like. You can't be what you don't think like. So I said to this person, I go, look, I only look for 3 things right now. These are the 3 things I'm giving you. I'm telling you, you're going to need to scale in the middle of economic crisis. This is what you're going to need to go faster than your competition, go faster than your contenders, to outperform anybody else that's out there. You're going to need these 3 things. Number 1, write it down, commitment. You got to be committed. You have to be so committed to you, to your vision, to your goal, to your dreams, to the reasons why you're doing this, your kids, your home, your family, your future cannot be the excuse. It needs to be the motivator. It needs to be the engine that moves you forward, that has you waking up earlier, that has you pushing forward, that has you pressing on. You know what? I don't care if it hurts. No pain, no what? No gain. So number 1, commitment. Number 2, consistency. You got to be consistent. You got to be like the sun and the moon. They're consistent every day. Every day, nature is consistent. So consistency. And number 3, willingness. You got to be coachable. You got to be open to learning. You have to be open to somebody pulling, pushing, dragging you and not get offended. People that get offended are immature. If you've got someone that's pulling you for your own success, why are you fighting them? Man, I wish I had a Lucy in my life. I think I'm going to start a new hashtag. Everybody needs a Lucy. Everybody needs a Lucy. I had a Lucy. He was a guy, okay? But those 3 things, man, those 3 things, I'm telling you, my friends, are going to make you a champion. A champion. And I don't care if you work with me, don't work with me. You are a champion. I call you a champion. So those 3 things, commitment, consistency, and willingness. Now, back to point number 4. Why will they select you? Because everything I just said. Because you're committed. You're consistent. You're willing. They see your passion for the business. They see your obsession with being successful. They see your enthusiasm with wanting to help them and serve them. They see that you are out there, you know, moving and shaking and learning and growing and thriving and striving and doing whatever it takes. Now, you need to know the stages. I just gave you the 4 questions on how to understand the dream buyer that you want, the dream buyer that you deserve. But there's 4 stages, and I'm going to give you these really quick. We only have 10 more minutes, and I'm done, okay? I'm done. 10 more minutes. Number 1, do you know there's 4 stages to a buyer? Do you know? And that's why we hear so many people in the industry. And if a broker is listening to me, I know you can relate. And if there's a team leader listening to me, I know you can relate. The deals are no good. The leads are no good. The leads are no good. Those leads are dead. You hear it all the time. Those leads are no good. Those leads are dead. Well, the problem is we don't understand our consumer. And a buyer has 4 stages. A buyer has 4 stages. So real quick, stage number 1, searching online. 90% of buyers search online. 90% of the people that you get phone calls from, that you get those little forms, you know, lead forms from, 90% of the people that you get a name and a number for, you know, they are searching online. And here's the big point you need to know. They could be searching online from 4 to 12 months. So you trying to convert them, and you trying to do the 4 C's on them, and you trying to get belly to belly with them, and you trying to, you know, ask them all the closing questions is not going to work. You know, they're in the incubation stage. That's another thing that I teach about the different stages of a lead, but we're talking about the stages of a buyer. They're in incubation stage. You know, no one would think of taking a baby, you know, 3 months gestation and having it be born. It's not ready. It's in an incubation stage. So searching online is number one. That could take 4 to 12 months, guys. Okay, so don't get anxious. Real estate is a numbers game. The problem is that you need more numbers. You need more people. You need to be out there. You need people to see you everywhere, especially now with social media, especially now with all the digital platforms. You need to have platforms. Listen, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got LinkedIn, you got Twitter. You've got, groups and pages. You've got so many digital platforms. Oh my God, I'm going to give a class this afternoon on 11 digital stages. This afternoon I'm talking about social media and digital platforms. 11 digital stages. 11 digital stages that people can see you, feel you, hear you. They can't touch you, but they can see you, hear you, and get your vibe. So number one is what? The searching online stage. Searching online can take 4 to 12 months. Number two, looking at homes. That's why when someone calls you and says, I want to go look at a home, you should not be running around like a tour guide. Okay? You should be acting like a professional and having a sit down with them, because looking at homes is not what's going to get them into their home, and looking at homes is not what's going to get you to the closing table. They're just ready to look at homes, but we got to know what home, where is a home, why is a home, what do you need in the home, who's going to live in the home, how can I best service you, and understand what kind of home you want to call your dwelling, you want to call your little mini kingdom, you want to call your palace. Okay? That stage, the looking stage, could take 1 to 4 months. So here you are, wanting to write a contract with someone that is just in the looking stage. And now you're saying those leads are no good. And then what's even worse, oh my God, what's even worse? We don't follow up with them because we think that they're wasting our time. So we don't follow up. And the follow-up is so important. Guys, write this down. The fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune. The money is in the follow-up. When I was recruiting agents all the time and doing big recruiting numbers and agent attraction numbers, I followed up with people 6, 7, 8 times. Hey, you know what? We're all selling something. No doesn't mean no, but we need to know the stage that we're in. So looking at homes can take 1 to 4 months. Now, stage number 3, this is the best one. When they're ready to write a contract. When they're ready to write a contract. So that means that they've already looked online. They've already seen some homes. They know what they're looking for. Now it's hunting season. Now it's hunting time. We're going to go find this home. And if we find it, when we walk in there and they get that feeling, they get that psychological connection with that home, they're going to write a contract. That could take 30 to 60 days. Someone may be looking at homes for 30 to 60 days before they actually get that executed contract. The last stage is getting to the closing. Now we wrote the contract. Now we got to go through all the contract to closing stages, which there's over 200 different little points that may come up during that time. And that's going to take an additional 30 to 45 days. So guys, when you're working with buyers, if you don't understand their stages, then you're not going to have that connection. You're not going to deliver like a champion. You're not going to be on point, and you're just going to be another agent that they spoke with. But if you have these things figured out ahead of time, you are premeditatedly, you are on point. You are a champion. You're going in for the win. You're in it to win it. And finally, guys, I want to leave you with some tactical work. In closing, I want to tell you, once you understand your dream buyer, you have done your homework of finding them, and you answer all those 4 questions. You understand the stages that your buyers may be in, and you decide, okay, these are the people that are now ready. Let me serve them. Here's what you need to know as far as tactical work. Number 1, you got to get face-to-face with them immediately. But Lucy, we're in quarantine. Jump on Zoom, jump on Skype, jump on WhatsApp. And as a matter of fact, I'll tell you this. Yesterday I was having some conferences, and I could tell, we are in such a shift. I had 3 agent attraction meetings yesterday, and one of them was kind of like my career workshop, so I had multiple people on there, and most of them did not want to turn on their video. And I realized that you know what? I need to set the stage for what I'm expecting. So now, when my team schedules these, agent attraction or career workshops, the person is going to be told ahead of time. Okay, so if my team is watching me or listening to me, write this down. Hey, this video call with Lucy, please be prepared to turn on your video because it was so different. There was one person that didn't turn on the video, and then there was the other people that did. The connection. Oh my God, it is so different. So yes, you need to prepare your people. We're going to jump on a face-to-face, and please be prepared to turn on the video because there is a connection. It does make a difference. So there's Zoom, there's Skype, there's WhatsApp, there's other platforms, but those are the most relevant right now. Number 2, I wrote this down. Have a lifestyle profile sheet ready. If you don't have one, message me. I'll email you mine. I'll email you my lifestyle profile sheet that I've used forever, and it works, But what is a lifestyle profile sheet? It's just a series of questions that are really good for you to connect, for you to be relevant, for you to be interested, for you to be on point, be knowledgeable. So the consumer, the customer sees, man, this person is not just looking to make a check. It's not just looking to make money, okay? The lifestyle profile sheet. And lastly, make sure you dig deep for the motivators on this customer, on this buyer. Why are they buying? What is their motivator? What can you do to serve them? Come from an attitude of service. Come from a heart of service. Especially now, guys, especially right now where the world is upside down, okay? We all need to come from a spirit of contribution. We need to come from a spirit of generosity. We need to lay aside the money factor and focus on the human connection because that's what's going to set us apart. I'm telling you, if you do this, it's going to work. If you need my buyer lifestyle profile sheet, write your email or message me or send it to me. Don't write your email. Put on there, send it to me. Send me your lifestyle profile sheet, Lucy, and I'll share it with you. I'll have my team send it to you. But guys, it was a pleasure being here with you today. I'll see you at 3 o'clock. I'm going to talk about social media. 11 stages you can be on to dominate, to represent, be present, and the best of all, be relevant. See you later.